In this video, we're going to go over everything you need to know about the city of Mountain View, as I'll show you through Google Maps so you can be familiar with the entire city. Go over where are some good neighborhoods, where are the schools, what's there to do, and where are some good places to eat. So you can be familiar with the city of Mountain View. So if you're new to this channel and you want to know everything there is about living in the Bay Area, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know what it's like to live in the Bay Area. Hey, my name is Austin Lee. I'm a local real estate agent here based in the Bay Area, and I help people just like you, buy a house here in the Bay Area and absolutely love it now. So, whether you plan to make that move in 9 days or 90 days, send me an email or set an appointment with me on Calendly, and I'd love for an opportunity to serve and help you. So, all right, let's jump on my computer and I'll show you the city of Mountain View. All right, here we are. You can see this is the city of Mountain View. So I'm gonna first give you a bird's eye view to give you some context of where Mountain View is. So I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. So Mountain View is actually just right along the peninsula. It's right on the western end of Santa Clara County. So as you can see from this view, it's actually a very narrow city. From north to south, it's about 4 to 5 miles, and east to west, it's also about 4 to 5 miles. So it's actually not very big. Now from the west, adjacently, you have Palo Alto right on the west, and you also have Los Altos here on the southern end. And then east of it is the city of Sunnyvale. So it's kind of right in between these three cities. And some highways to be familiar with the city of Mountain View is first, one familiar with the Highway 101. So again, it's running right through here in Mountain View. So if you go up north, Highway 101, you're going to go through Palo Alto, Stanford University. You can go to San Mateo. Where else? You go to SFO, San Francisco International Airport's right here. And then you also have the city of San Francisco, and that's about 45 minutes away. So it's really nice, only 45 minutes away. You can go all the way up to San Francisco and hit all these major landmarks. You go the other way of Highway 101, only about 20 minutes. You go to downtown San Jose, and you also have San Jose International Airport too. And San Jose International Airport is not as big as SFO, but it's good for you have like domestic flights. If you want to go to like Los Angeles or Seattle or like Las Vegas. So, and that's only like a 20-minute drive. So nice part about Mountain View, you're in between both airports. So yeah, it's just very convenient. Some other highways you should be familiar with is Highway 237. You can see right here. So I'll give you a zoom out. It's 237. And it's perfect if you want to go to the East Bay, as you see right here, Highway 237. And along this 237, there's a lot of tech companies too along this way. So it's great, if you work in tech, but most likely a lot of big companies will be along this road. So you can see Amazon is right here. What else? Meta Sunnyvale campus is right here. Juniper Networks, it's right here. Google has an office here as well. Google does have an office in Mountain View as well. Marvell Technology. What else? You have HP here. I know if you go down a little bit one of these roads, you can also see NVIDIA. Let me see if we can find it here. Yes, NVIDIA just right down here as well. It's a little not right off the 238, but again, it's very close to Mountain View as well. So some other highways to be familiar with is you can take Highway 85. So if you want to go down Silicon Valley, you go see the city of Saratoga and Los Gatos. Really good wineries and hiking trails around here. You can go all the way down to Morgan Hill and Gilroy. And also Highway 82, which is El Camino Real. It just connects you right through Sunnyvale and Los Altos. So I'll talk a little more in detail later, but it's not really a traditional highway. It's more like a commercialized street. So yeah, those are some main highways that you can see. Mountain View is very centrally located, a lot of these highways and stuff. So now I'll show you some stats about Mountain View. So Mountain View, from a population standpoint, it's about 82,000. The median household income is about 180,000. And from a housing standpoint, the median sales price of homes in Mountain View this year is about $1.7 million, which is about 13 days on the market. And if you exclude that to single family homes, because that housing includes condos and townhomes, you add single family homes, you can see it goes up significantly. So the median sales price for single family homes this past month is actually 2.96. It's almost $3 million. And it's about 8 days on the market. So, it's a very, very hot housing market here in Mountain View as well, just like most cities in the Bay Area. You can see, compared from last year, 2.51 was the median sales price. So in just 1 year, it's about went up $450,000. So it's about almost 20% in just 1 year. So definitely a single family home in Mountain View, though it is very expensive, it is likely to be a very good investment. And that's crazy, right? Because the inventory has also gone up too, right? Because last year you had 27 new listings, this year you have 36 new listings, yet the prices are still going up. So Again, there's still very, very strong buyer demand here in Mountain View. Okay, so I'm gonna break down the different neighborhoods in Mountain View because it's still a relatively big city and there's still a good range of different neighborhoods. So here's one rule of thumb I'll give you. So it's not exactly perfect, but I would say generally the houses get more expensive as you go north to south. So generally, the more affordable homes will be closer up to Highway 101, and the more expensive homes will be south of Highway 82, El Camino. So the first neighborhood I want to talk about is the North Wiseman neighborhood. So the North Wiseman neighborhood is actually in this 85-101 intersection right here. So I'll kind of zoom in. You can see it says North Wiseman right here. And why it's notable is because it's close to major tech companies like, Google, right? You have Google, Googleplex right here. Microsoft is right here. NASA is also around here somewhere. NASA. Okay, yeah, that's right. I guess they don't show it. It's just right along this water here, NASA. So definitely one of the more affordable areas in Mountain View as the median sales price of 1.35 million. And also always constantly a lot of new developments. So I'm seeing a lot of like new builds in this North Wiseman area as housing is constantly, we're always a very low inventory. So there's always new places more willing to accept these newer housing places. So North Wiseman is one of those neighborhoods. So I think it's really great for, tech professionals and families that are seeking proximity to work and, easy access to highways, right? Because you have 85 and 101 right here. So it's just very convenient. All right, next neighborhood I want to show you is Rex Manor neighborhood, just right west of the 85, so right next to North Wiseman. So Rex Manor, offers a balance between affordability and proximity to tech hubs. So it's just like this, just like a North Wiseman, it's very close to Google, Microsoft, NASA, and stuff. But it's a little bit more suburban feel compared to North Wiseman. But the home prices will be a little bit more expensive. The median list price here for a house is right now about $1.8 million. But again, I also think it's a really good fit for families and young professionals who are looking for a more affordable option in Mountain View compared to if you go south, it gets even way more expensive. While you're still pretty close to Google and all those offices. So it's known for its mid-century homes, proximity to schools, and again, access to major roads and tech campus as well. So again, a lot of single-family ranch-style homes that you're going to see in this Rex Manor neighborhood. All right, next neighborhood I want to talk to you is the Old Mountain View neighborhood right here. You're going to go a little more south. It's kind of right along El Camino and Highway 85. So Old Mountain View is kind of it's right next to downtown Mountain View. So it's a little bit older. The roads are a little bit maybe more narrow and smaller compared to the other neighborhoods in Mountain View, but it's known for its more charming, that historic charm, tree-lined streets, and that historical look. So you might see more craftsman styles homes, more bungalows, along with some houses that also been torn up and then they just totally renovated as well. So the median listing for a home here is about $2.2 million. And I think it's really great for homeowners who want a little bit more walkable neighborhood because, again, you're right next to downtown Mountain View right here. And also, you're also near a Caltrain station, too, which is also something that's very convenient if you need to commute up to San Francisco or downtown San Jose as well. So that's one of the few neighborhoods here in Mountain View where you could probably get by without having a car. And it's also really close to a lot of schools, too, as well. So it's also something great for young families as well. Now, another neighborhood that's I want to talk about is Shoreline West. So it's the other side of downtown Mountain View. So this is a little bit more traditional suburb residential neighborhood. It's not quite as walkable as the old Mountain View neighborhood because you're not close to the Caltrain, but again, you're still relatively close to downtown Mountain View, and it's a little bit more quiet. It's a little bit more a private residential neighborhood. The median list price of a house here is about $2.1 million, so it's a little bit cheaper than the old Mountain View neighborhood, and you're probably gonna get a little more space as well. So you have a good mix of single-family homes, duplexes, some apartments, and yeah, I think it's also a really great option for young families as well. Now, next neighborhood, I'm gonna go a little bit more south. I'm gonna go to the Blossom Valley neighborhood. So let's see if we can find that here. So Blossom Valley neighborhood is right here. You can see right here in the south of Mountain View. So Blossom Valley is, supposed to be more suburban. The homes will be generally more larger, and it's more family-friendly atmosphere. So it's gonna feel a little bit more private, a little feel more quiet compared to the other neighborhoods that we just seen earlier up in the north. So the median list is about $3.2 million. So I think families, if you're looking for a more quiet, residential environment, close to good schools and good parks, this is definitely a really popular area. And I also really like it's really close to a lot of parks as well, right? You can see Cuesta Park is here too. Waverly Park is also around here as well. So definitely it's a very nice area. Now, the most premium neighborhood in Mountain View is actually going to be the Waverly Park neighborhood, right down Grant Road in the south end of Mountain View. And the reason why it's very popular is the homes are generally a lot larger. The lots are a lot bigger. So if you go down, if you just walk around this neighborhood, generally it's going to feel a lot more spacious. The roads are wider. So it's really great for families who really want more space and more laid back residential atmosphere. And again, you're really close to the schools here. You can see Mountain View High School is right here. St. Francis High School is also right here. So as you can see, there's a lot of good things in this neighborhood, but for good reason, this is also the most expensive neighborhood as the median list price is about $3.4 million. Now, when it comes to the schools in Mountain View, you can see there's a lot of different schools that Mountain View maps to. I think there's about what, 1, 2, 3, there's like 6 to 7, 8 elementary schools and about 2 middle schools. So yeah, you can see up the north, you have Mount Montaloma. If you go in the middle, you have these 2 elementary schools, elementary school here. You have these middle schools south of El Camino here, Graham Middle School, Bub, and Imai Elementary School. So definitely a lot of different schooling options that you have in Mountain View from the elementary and middle school standpoint. Now the high school is a little bit different. The high school is actually, in high school, they decided to combine with Mountain View and Los Altos. So it's actually very simple. You see this line right here. This is Shoreline Boulevard. This road's one of the bigger streets in Mountain View. So literally, if you're on the east side of this Shoreline Boulevard, you're going to map to Mountain View High School. And if you're on the west side of Shoreline Boulevard, you will go map to Los Altos High School. And both of these high schools are also very reputable and solid. Los Altos High School has a 9 out of 10 the grade school rating. Mountain View has an 8 out of 10 the grade school ratings. But overall, on the test score standpoint, both are 10 out of 10 test scores. So that means all the students are testing very well on the California, exit exam. And it shows that if your students do attend these schools, they're going to be very well prepared for college. So Mountain View is mostly a suburb, but there is a good mix of commercialized and corporate area of the city as well. So from a macro perspective, I would definitely say if you go north of 101, it's pretty much all primarily corporate, kind of more public areas, not very residential. As you can see, Googleplex is right here, Microsoft is here. You also have the Shoreline Amphitheater, which is this outdoor concert area that's very popular in the Bay Area. You also have Shoreline Park north of here as well. So then it's not very residential at all. It's mostly the corporate stuff. And near the center, you have downtown Mountain View. So Castro Street is right here. Okay, so they don't have the road anymore. So pretty much they converted it into a residential area. As you can see, there's a lot of restaurants here. So probably not Native Ventura, but definitely different types of cuisine. You have Turkish, you have Hawaiian, Peruvian. I know there's like pizza and ramen spots and Mexican here. Yeah, you have udon, you have a Chinese place, the Middle Eastern place. So definitely a very diverse mix of types of restaurants that you're going to see in the downtown Mountain View, especially Castro Street. Also, near this downtown Mountain View is also where the Caltrain station is. So again, it's a very nice area that if you need to commute to San Jose or commute to San Francisco, this Caltrain station is also right next to this downtown Mountain View area. Also along downtown Mountain View, you're also going to see some condos and apartments just right along about like West Evelyn Avenue as well. So again, it's very convenient that you don't even have a car. You just can live here and you can just walk down the street and then go downtown, or if you need to go anywhere, just take the Caltrain to go around the Bay Area. So I think it's a really good area for young professionals. Again, a macro perspective, another big road in Mountain you want to be familiar with is Highway 82, is El Camino. So El Camino, I talked about earlier, it's not a traditional highway where it's just highway exits, but it's a road with a lot of commercialized area. So there's a lot of shopping centers actually nearby. So you can see here, you see an In-N-Out Burger here, right here off El Camino. You have America's Tire Shop. You have a BMW car dealership here. Marshall's, Ranch 99, Taiwanese restaurant. And you just keep going further down this 82. There's just going to be a lot of these international markets, Starbucks, Panera Bread. So what else? There's also going to need apartments and new builds along this road as well. So because again, housing has been very hard to find in the area. So generally, if these new builds are generally kind of built more along these commercialized areas. So you have these apartment complex. What else? I believe there's another Avalon Towers, is another housing complex apartment. You have a pho restaurant, you have a Korean barbecue restaurant, Mediterranean, but all the way down to San Antonio. So here you have a Safeway, you have a Trader Joe's, you have a Walmart. So I know this area in particular, the Village Residences, these are a bunch of new builds too. A lot of nice condos and apartments. You have a 24-hour fitness. So definitely El Camino is one place that I think for young professionals is also a really good fit. Now also, if you go more south again of Mountain View, again, if you go south of El Camino, So especially you go down this Grant Road. This is where it gets a lot more residential. The houses get a lot more expensive. It's also where the schools are generally located. So if you go down Grant Road, you can see, like we talked about, the Waverly Park neighborhood, Mountain View High School just right here. You can also have where is it? St. Francis High School. So St. Francis is a private school, so that's you don't have to live in Mountain View necessarily to attend. It's also a very prestigious high school as well. You can see you also have a hospital here. You have the El Camino Mountain View Hospital in this area as well. So it's a nice amenities that you have when you live down here. What else? I think we talked about this earlier, but then you also have the Grant Park Plaza. It's kind of along this intersection of El Camino and Grant Road. So it's anchored by a Ranch 99 market. So that's a Chinese supermarket, grocery store. So if you like to shop for Asian food, this is definitely a really nice location. Now, some other landmarks in Mountain View that I want to talk about earlier. So if you love computer science, you have the CS History Museum. So it's just right up north of North Shoreline Boulevard of Highway 101. So you have the Computer Science History Museum. So I think it's one thing to check out. There's also the Mountain View Community Center. So Mountain View Community Center, which is probably near the center of the city of Mountain View. You can see it's right here. And then right next to it is Ringstorff Park. So this is definitely a great area. You just want to enjoy nature, play some sports. I believe some basketball courts, volleyball nets, there's like soccer fields, tennis courts. Or some other parks that you want to be familiar with in Mountain View is Cuesta Park. So Cuesta Park, again, is very close down here near the hospital in the down Grant neighborhood, south of El Camino as well. Also, if you love hiking and biking, one trail I'd recommend in Mountain View is the Stevens Creek Trail in Mountain View. So that's just along right here in the highway off Highway 85. So if you definitely love enjoying nature, you want to bike around, want more of a paved trail, definitely recommend Stevens Creek Trail. Again, last place I want to show you about in Mountain View is showing Shoreline Park. So Shoreline Park, again, just north of the Google campus, north of Highway 101. You see right here, you just take this private road down Shoreline Road. I made a video earlier like Google. I made it earlier about Mountain View driving to it. If you want to see, how the Shoreline Park is very beautiful. You can see it's a place you can water, you can go kayak. Also, just love just walking around, enjoying nature. Also, if you love the golf, there's Shoreline Golf Links as well, and also the Shoreline Athletic Fields. So definitely love playing sports. Those are some places you want to be familiar with Mountain View. So with that being said, hopefully this gives you a better understanding of, what living in Mountain View looks like. So again, if you're thinking of buying a house in Mountain View, feel free to set an appointment with me on my calendar, and I can hop on a screen share like this, and we can discuss, more in depth, what will be best for you and your situation. So let's stay connected, and I'll see you in the next video.